Hello all and welcome to All Red. Real Sociedad has made an absolute mess of this Zubimendi saga with Liverpool, but will their shenanigans work? This is the channel that is all Liverpool all the time. It's all red. Please hit that like button and consider subscribing as we continue to build the best LFC channel in the world. Also, did you know you can become a member of the All Red channel? Helps me out immensely, and you get early access to videos, custom emojis, and loyalty badges. All right, what is Real Sociedad doing? They are making an absolute mess of this Zubimendi deal. Listen to the latest. So Real Sociedad recently told, according to Paul Joyce, recently told Zubimendi he personally must pay the £51 million release clause to trigger the move to Liverpool. Now, this is stupid. It's basically just a non-story essentially, but it's basically Real Sociedad having a bad attitude about Zubimendi potentially leaving, which is just ridiculous. Like, what are they thinking? This is not helpful for them as a club. I can't imagine the other players in the club seeing this. And not only is this difficult for Zubimendi, but certainly other players that are seeing this, hearing these reports, must think like, what is wrong with the leadership of our club? They are really not riding the high ground on this one with Zubimendi. They basically told Zubimendi that, and by the way, he's been at this club since he was 12. So he's given his life to Real Sociedad. It's not like he's been there for 1 or 2 years. He's been there for 13 years, and this is now how they are treating him in basically what is becoming a giant mess. And I have a theory that I think Sociedad is panicking a little bit because they are starting to lose other players, or rumors of losing other players. Robin Lenormand to Atletico Madrid. They sold him last week, and now Mikel Merino is obviously a target for Arsenal. And so, you know, they're making an example out of Zubimendi to say to other players, if you try to leave, we're going to make it as difficult as possible, which to me just does not bode well for the club. Like, don't do that. That's not going to make your players love playing for you even more. So I feel like this is a massive, massive mess, but I also feel on the other side for Liverpool and for Liverpool fans, I think this bodes well. If you're Martín Zubimendi, do you want to stay after all of this is now happening and coming out? I don't think so. I think it would leave a sour taste in your mouth. And, you know, now I feel like the deal is on. And it's only a matter of time and obviously, you know, if you're listening to this and you don't fully understand how transfers work, of course, Martín Zubimendi is not going to pay the £51 million out of his own pocket. That's ridiculous. Liverpool would come in and pay that no matter what if they're going to purchase him, which just makes it all the more ridiculous for Sociedad to say that and to tell that to Zubimendi as an individual. So I feel like this is ridiculous. It's a shenanigan. It's a bad look for Sociedad, and at the same time, I feel like it bodes well for this transfer to actually happen. Because if Sociedad is that upset, if they're willing to be that ridiculous with one of their best players, perhaps their best player, then I feel like the deal is probably either already done, he's already made up his mind, and this is their last gasp effort to say, we're going to make an example out of you, brah, and we're not going to let this be easy for you to leave the club. So I feel like Sociedad has a wee bit of egg on the face. I feel like they are being really, really ridiculous with this saga. They've already made it very difficult for him. And just the shenanigans we've seen online, right? They put him in the team sheet. They made him front and center on the social media graphic for the starting 11 in their preseason game. I feel like they're just constantly throwing salt on the wounds of Martín Zubimendi to make it as difficult as possible for him to leave. They also put together, apparently, an amazing slideshow that had mountains and food in it to convince him to stay. I also made a slideshow to convince him to say yes to Liverpool. I'll put that link in the description of this video if you want to go check that out. I thought my PowerPoint skills were pretty amazing. And I'm sure Martín Zubimendi watched that video, saw my PowerPoint presentation, and probably a big reason why he's going to say yes to Liverpool. So anyways, check that out if you want. I'll leave it at that. What do you think of Sociedad's tactics? Is this normal? Do you feel like it's petty? Do you feel like it's ridiculous? I feel like it's ridiculous. I'd love to know what you think in the comments.